Somewhere in your organization this week, someone said that nothing like this has ever happened before, that AI is unprecedented, and that none of the old playbooks apply. It sounds wise. It is the most dangerous sentence in the building because you have lived this before, at least twice. The web era rewrote how organizations reach their markets. The SaaS era rewrote how software was bought, sold, and run, and both times the winners were decided the same way. Here is the claim. This module asks you to test against your own career. The AI era is not unprecedented. It is the third structural transition you have worked through, and it follows an arc you have already watched play out twice. This module names that arc because once you can see the pattern, you stop reacting to AI as a surprise and you start leading it as a transition. 4 things you will take from this module. The arc every major technological transition follows, stage by stage. Why incumbents decay slowly and why that is more dangerous than dying fast. The 4 transitions I watched from the inside across 25 years, and the one way the AI era genuinely is different, which changes what you must build. I have spent an entire career in enterprise technology watching the same dynamic repeat across 4 distinct transitions. Enterprise communications moved from carrier and on-premise infrastructure to internet services. Voice moved from hardware PBX to cloud-based software. Video conferencing moved from expensive hardware infrastructure to software delivered from the cloud. And contact centers moved from hardware switching to cloud platforms with AI inside. 4 transitions, different decades, different technologies, 1 script. In each case, the incumbent built for the old era could not redesign fast enough. The new player, unencumbered by legacy revenue, built for the new era and won. The channel ecosystem optimized for the old model resisted until it was too late. And here is what stays with me. The casualties were never companies that lacked capability. They were companies whose operating models could not evolve quickly enough. Let me state the pattern precisely because it is older than any of us. A new technology emerges. Early adopters build on it. Incumbents watch, then invest carefully, protecting existing revenue while experimenting at the edges. New players, unencumbered by legacy business models, move faster. And by the time the incumbents are ready to commit fully, the new players have already defined the era. The companies that survive these transitions are never the ones with the best technology on the day the transition starts. They are the ones that redesign how they create value, go to market, and build their ecosystems for the new era. The technology is the catalyst. The operating model is the determinant. If you want to know how long you have, consider the most famous casualty of them all. A Kodak engineer built the world's first digital camera in 1975. The company filed for bankruptcy in 2012. Between those 2 dates, the window stayed open for roughly 25 years, and Kodak still could not move its operating model in time. Here is the uncomfortable part. The pattern does not change, only the speed does. Every transition runs faster than the one before it, and your window will not be 25 years. Now place the arc against your own career because you have already worked through it twice. The web era changed how organizations reach their markets. The SaaS era changed how software was bought and run. Both changed the tools organizations used to operate. The AI era is different in one specific way, and it is the way that matters. AI does not change the tools, it changes the intelligence layer itself. The decisions being made, the analysis being produced, the content being created, the workflows being executed. Well, that is why this transition reaches further than the two before it, and why the operating model question is no longer optional. Here is the arc as one picture, 5 stages you can test against any transition you have lived. A new technology emerges. Early adopters build on it while it is still awkward. Incumbents hedge, protecting existing revenue while experimenting at the edges. New players, free of legacy, define the era. And then the stage most leaders misread. The slow decay. Incumbents do not disappear. They persist for years, selling what they built for the old era into a market gradually moving past them. Channels still generate revenue. Installed bases still create switching costs. Brands still carry weight. But the compounding is gone, and every year they are a little more peripheral. So, what does this mean for you sitting where you sit? It means the sentence, "This has never happened before," should not survive another meeting you are in. You have the pattern now. It also means the comfort of the slow decay is a trap. Nothing about a decaying incumbent feels like an emergency from the inside. Revenue still arrives. The brand still carries weight. That is precisely what makes it dangerous. The window closes gradually, then suddenly. The leaders who come through transitions are the ones who do the operating model work while the window is still open, not the boldest, the best architected. So, to close, every major transition follows the same arc, and the AI era is the third one of your career, not the first. Incumbents rarely die fast. They decay slowly, and the slowness is the trap. The pattern does not change, only the speed does, and AI is different in the one way that matters. It changes the intelligence layer itself, not just the tools. The next module turns the lens onto your own organization. What is the AI era actually doing inside it right now to the structures you rely on? Not in theory, structurally. That is where the diagnosis begins in earnest. We have been here before. This time you will see it coming. I will see you there.